Today at the Chicago Auto Show, I finally got my first look at the all-new Bronco Raptor. I know there's already a video on the channel about this, but let's go into the details right here in person. The first thing you're gonna notice is how much bigger this is than the regular Bronco. And I think that the pictures don't really do this enough justice. Look at these massive fender flares here. Not only is the body wider because of these fender flares, but they've also increased the track for increased stability. That's the big reason that we find all this going on here. And because this is now so wide, we now need clearance lights up front. That's why we have these 3 orange clearance lights well integrated into the front bumper, into this grille area right here. I should say we have full LED headlights, Ford spelled out rather than Bronco like we find on the other models, big wide bumper up front. This still has detachable sections, of course, but not quite the same bumper that we find in the regular Bronco. The hood is also a new part. As you can see right here in the middle, lots more openings there to help release the heat from this engine. This is now a 3-liter twin-turbo 6-cylinder engine. It is not exactly the same as other 3-liter twin turbos in Ford's lineup. Supposedly it has been tweaked specifically for this Bronco. Power output has not been officially revealed. It's going to be over 400 horsepower. You should logically expect well over 400 pound-feet of torque. It's going to be mated to a 10-speed automatic transmission and, of course, a 2-speed transfer case. One really nice touch on the Bronco are these tie-downs that are well integrated into this hood section. The hood's in the middle. This is the front fender. This is a functional tie-down with a load of 150 pounds. Going in for a closer look at this massive front fender, it has a rubberized little splash guard right there. That's a nice touch. 37-inch tires. These are some really big wheels and tires on this. This particular one is a 37 by 12.5 R17 LT, and these are beadlock capable wheels, although the bead locker does not come from the factory. To give you an idea of how much difference that makes to the design of the vehicle, this one is a Bronco Everglades, and as you can see, it has much, much smaller fender flares. Let's go to the back of this Bronco Raptor. You can see, again, more massive fender flares here. That was the easy way to add this extra width. Again, rubbery component right there, so that way as you're kicking up things, it's not going to rip it off the vehicle. Moving all the way around to the back, we have slightly different tail lamp modules on this version of the Bronco. As you can see, we have LED modules up top and down below, backup light right in the middle. This module is for the blind spot monitoring system. Over here on the Everglades, you can see how different the tail lamp module looks, and again, the extra width that we find on that Raptor. Amazingly, the spare tire is still on the back of the Bronco. I find that amazing because this is pretty heavy and you can definitely feel it while opening and closing the door. 37-inch off-road tires are definitely big and they are heavy. We have the same kind of cargo capacity that we find back here in the regular 4-door Bronco. You can see plenty of room right here behind the second row seats. And of course, the second row seats fold if you want extra cargo room. Cargo practicality is definitely big on the Bronco here versus the 4-door Wrangler. I find this cargo area a little bit more conducive to cargo. And also, the way the ceiling is arranged here in the Bronco is a little bit better than what we see in the Wrangler because the roof crossbars are slimmer and they're also better placed for passenger comfort. As with every other Bronco, the windshield is not removable, but the doors are completely removable, as of course is the roof. On the inside, we have tons of orange accents. I really love the quality of the stitching and the dashboard that we find in the Bronco that really elevates this to a place where honestly, I think this is a little bit above the Land Rover Defender. Big Bronco spelled right over there on the passenger side, orange accents on everything, including those grab handles there, the big infotainment screen right in the middle of the dashboard that really separates this from the Wrangler. Full LCD instrument cluster, another thing that we don't find on the Wrangler at this time, and of course the unique Bronco steering wheel. You notice there are also some additional Raptor specific touches, the R button right there. Over here we have buttons for the active dampers and the active exhaust this model has. Carbon fiber trim down there at the bottom of the steering wheel. Again, more accents going on here in the center. The Ford Performance logo right there. Lots of orange bits here and there, and even orange inserts in the seats. I don't know about you, but I love the fact that Ford is Raptoring everything. Obviously, this is going to be the most off-road capable version of the Bronco, depending on what you're doing. Now, that depending on what you're doing is important because the added width of this is going to mean that on really tight trails, this is going to be a little bit less capable than the shortest version of the Bronco. But in many other ways, this is absolutely the most extreme. Again, we still have those removable components there to help improve clearance. Tons of extra ground clearance. You notice we still have the independent front suspension. That is a key design trait of this Bronco generation. But if you want a solid front axle, you can actually swap that out yourself aftermarket. There are a number of kits to do that. Lots of aggressive skid plating going on here to help protect the underbody. And thanks to the independent front suspension, this is going to be a little bit more livable on your daily commute, even though, again, this is going to be the most ultimate Bronco. What Raptor comes next, I really don't know, but I wouldn't be surprised if we saw an F-150 Lightning Raptor at some point, perhaps, maybe even a Mach-E Raptor, who knows? It seems like Ford is really dedicated to Raptoring absolutely everything. Let me know what you think about that down there in the comment section below.